Welcome back to my channel. In this video, I will be doing the Black Booktuber tag. I was tagged by the beautiful Jaleesa from the name Jaleesa. I will be linking her video in the description along with the OG Black Booktuber tag video so that you can show both videos some love. I will be reading the prompts for this tag from my iPad, and I will also have the prompts in the description as well. Now let's get into these questions. The first one isn't a question, but it wants me to tell you all a bit about myself. Well, my name is Natalie, but you can call me Nat or Natty or Nat'sNook, whatever, whatever's comfortable to you. Nat, whatever, don't care. I'm 22. I am from the Washington, D.C. I recently graduated from the University of the District of Columbia, majoring in English literature. So I got my bachelor's in English lit, woo. But sometimes I don't feel like I majored in English, woo. Cause my brain be woo. Anyway, my favorite color is pink. I feel like that's pretty obvious. I was a lover of hot pink at one point, but now I'm on the subtle pink side, maybe like a soft pink. My zodiac sign is a Taurus, so yes, I am bullheaded. My favorite genre of reading is romance. Yes, I love a good romance novel. I'm a sucker for one. Ugh. When I'm not spending my time on Booktube, I am a freelance writer writing articles for an online news source right here in DC, the DC Voice. I've mentioned it in a video before, but I just want to just, put that out there again. Also, I am an author of 2 publications. One is a coming-of-age novel that I wrote and published in 2018, and the other one is a collection of prose, poems, and letters that I wrote and published in 2019. I will have the information for both of those in the description below as well. Just, if you're curious. Now, the next one is a question. Who's a Black author you love that a lot of people don't know about? I'm not really sure if a lot of people don't know about her, but because I had to read one of her novels for an African American study class in school, I was introduced to her, although her genre of writing is for adults. It's Tayari Jones. Her writings, I've only read 2 of her books. I believe she has about 4 publications now, if I'm not mistaken. But yes, the 2 books that I've read by her, top tier, okay? And I'm not really one to be into adult fiction because I am a young adult. Yeah, the whole adult life I'm still kind of adjusting to, but her books, wow. Okay, question 3. Favorite book about the Black experience. It's a book that I've recently read. I actually read it this past month, early June. It's The B-Side, Living and Dying While Black in America by D. Watkins. When I tell you this book really goes into depth about being Black in America and being Black in Baltimore, because he is from Baltimore, it really does show how we are neglected as a people and we neglect ourselves. So we're neglected by outsiders, and then within our community we neglect each other, and it's deep. It's really deep. He talks about school to prison pipeline, how with the public school education system is just a failure when it comes to making sure that the youth of tomorrow get the proper education that they deserve, especially in the Black community. He also talks about the food that we eat and how food deserts are a thing because we are not able to obtain the healthy foods, the foods that aren't all genetically modified and that are healthy for us, because within the African American community we have a lot of dietary issues, like a lot. And he really does talk about that. He talks about how social media can be a distraction to us, but that really goes for any community, really, an age group. So, and then he goes heavy into talking about Obama election and then his 2 terms that he served, and I'm not even gonna get into that. But yes, living and dying while Black in America. And then of course the main topic that he really talks about is police brutality, and he throughout the entire book, he brings up the death of Freddie Gray because Freddie Gray was murdered in Baltimore City. So yes, and it's a bestseller, and I can see why. Like, number 4 is favorite book by a Black author. This was a really hard question because I had so many books, and then like one of the books I chose I wanted to use to answer another question, but the first one I'm gonna say is An American Marriage. I would hold it up, but I currently do not have the book. I let my boyfriend borrow it, and I still haven't gotten it back. But yes, An American Marriage is one of my favorite books by a Black author. It goes deep into conversation about relationships altogether, when it comes to mother and son relationships, when it comes to husband and wife, best friends relationships, like male and male, male and female. It's heavy. It's really heavy, and I believe that she's supposed to be getting that book adapted into a movie soon. I don't know when, but I am ready for it. I am. The other book by a Black author that I love and that is now definitely a favorite is none other than Monday's Not Coming by Tiffany D. Jackson. I read this in June, and let me tell you, I have never had a book do me the way this book did. When I tell you that Monday and Claudia's story, Miss Jackson had me use a lot of tissue and my shirt. She made my face red. Okay, that's how hard I cried reading the latter half of this book. But she wrote a story that needs to be talked about more when it comes to child abuse, children that are neglected by their parents, by authoritative figures. It's just children who are ignored when it comes to concerns, because everyone thinks that everything is okay when nothing is ever okay. And this story really does talk about that a lot. It also talks about mental health as well. And if anyone were to read this, I would just say that it's deep, it's heavy. This is the book that had me have this hangover. And I really still haven't picked up a book that I read the way I read this one. Like, recommend a Black queer book. See, I would recommend The Guild of Stories, but I haven't read it yet. I feel the judgment, okay? And I'm sorry, but after reading Monday's Not Coming last month, it was rough. All right, it was rough. But I do definitely plan on reading this, though. I don't know when, but I plan on reading it. But yes, Gilda is Black. Gilda is a lesbian. Does this count? I think it does. Question number 6. I don't even know if I was even numbering these questions, prompts. Like, I'm sorry, but we're on prompt 6, actually. This is prompt 6. Recommend a book with a Black person on the cover. You already know what is about to go. You already know. I slay. Okay, I slay. Yo, this book. Okay, first off, the cover is beautiful. Yes. Okay, you see my girl Kira. I think I called her Kira throughout the entire time I was reading this book, but you know, Kira. The hair. I think it was the hair that did it for me. That fro, that twist out fro. Yes. Okay, and the digital effect on the yes. Pink is a Black girl's color. Orange is a Black girl's color. Yellow is a Black girl's color. Okay, no debate. Period. We have this African American queen on this cover, and it's beautiful. Prompt number 7. Recommend a book by a Black author that makes you happy. I don't know why I sung that, but I feel like because I'm excited to talk about this book. I actually have 2 books that I'm going to recommend by a Black author that makes me happy. And the first book being The sun is also a star. Yes, this book made me happy. Okay, I read this book in 2018. I believe that's the year it was published. I honestly don't recall, but yes, I read this book. Falling in love in a day. I feel like that's the type of romance that I've always dreamed of, but like I'm in reality and that's not really normal. Like, doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. It's just wishful thinking. Falling in love in a day. A Jamaican American queen. A Korean American king. Okay? Like, what? In New York City. Amazing. Miss Nicola, she did it. She did the thing, okay? My eyeshadow actually matched this a little bit. Who? Yes, okay, didn't expect that. Oh, and it matched Slay, but this is not about eyeshadow. This is about a book that makes me happy. I haven't watched the movie, which really is terrible. I was pressing to get someone to take me to go see it, or for someone to go with me to see it when it came out last year, but no one seemed interested, and I didn't want to go alone. But sometimes you just have to do things alone, okay? But yes, I feel like I will at some point watch the movie. I think my boyfriend was curious and wanted to watch it, so we might watch it together. Don't know. But yeah. And it's funny because, wow, that is really funny. I watched the movie Everything, Everything. I went to go see that in theaters. Didn't read the book. Read The Sun is Also a Star, but haven't seen the movie. Nat, you're backwards, Nat. Come on. All right. The other book that makes me happy, well, I'm not going to say it makes me happy. It made me content. It made me fuller. Last summer when I was going through, I don't know what it was, honestly. I was just like down and about, and I was just feeling so alone. But the book is What a Time to Be Alone by Shadera. I cannot say her last name at all, but they call her the Slumflower. This book really helped me. I am one that loves to be alone. I enjoy my own space. I'm not a big fan of crowds. Like, if you ask me, sometimes 5 could be too many. But this book really did, I guess, made me realize or just reassured that being alone is okay. Being alone is okay. You need to take time out for yourself. You need to figure out the people that are in your life, if they're healthy, if they're not, how you vibe with them, how they vibe with you. Because you affect other people just like other people affect other people. And those people that affect them affect you as well. If that makes sense. But yes, she divided this book into 3 sections. You have you, where you focus on yourself. You have them, where you sit down and really think about, okay, like who is here, who is not, who's with your vibes, who's not, like who's like rooting for you, and who is really just like plotting on your downfall, you know? She also mentions how you can stray away from people and their demons, but have some type of understanding, because although people are hurt, they don't really necessarily mean to hurt you. They're just coming off certain ways because they're trying to protect themselves. And then the last one is us. It's all about the growth period. This is how you recognize healthy relationships, whether it be friendships, romantic relationships, kinships, and how you can sustain those healthy relationships, and how to just keep out toxic people, behaviors, and just, you know, have everything within you and your relationships aligned. I haven't read it again, but I really do feel like this is a book that can be reread. It should be reread, especially if you're someone that needs reassurance and that needs confirmation of like, okay, sis, you're alone, and it's okay. You're alone for a reason. But yes, What a Time to Be Alone, and The Sun is Also a Star. Oh, they kind of match with the colors. Okay. These two books are books by Black authors. That makes me happy. Number 8. Recommend some Black booktubers. I recommend Tamara from My Fictional World, Aspasia from Asparagus is Reading, Kristen from Books and More with Kristen G, Maya from Simply Maya, Kiana Reed, and Shane from Luxurious Blue. I love those booktubers. Some of them are small booktubers, some of them have a large following, but it's whatever. Number 9, talk about a book by a Black author that's coming in 2020. Okay, I think I mentioned this in my first video for the new year where I talked about must reads, debuts, and all of that yada yada good stuff. But the book that I am looking forward to by a Black author, and it's her debut, it's Luster by Raven Leilani. I don't remember how I came across the book. I believe I was on Goodreads and I was just looking for, YA, or it might be NA, new adult novels that were, debuting in 2020. And I saw that, I read the description, I was like, ooh, sounds interesting. So it's about a girl. I really don't remember her name. I'm so sorry. But if you want to really know the accurate description of this book, just go to Goodreads or Amazon or whatever app, whatever app, website, I don't know. Sorry. We established that I am bad with descriptions, but anyway. Luster is about a young African-American female that I believe got laid off of her job or quit. She's just trying to overcome this obstacle of not having a job and not really knowing what to do next. And she meets this graphic designer, I believe in New York City. The location could definitely be wrong. Who happens to be married. So, here's this open relationship between the guy, the young girl, the young woman, and the guy's wife. And so the couple take her in, and I guess some type of relationship between the three forms, I believe. I'm not really sure, but I don't know if it's purely platonic or romantic. Either way, I don't care. I want to read the book, and the cover is pretty too. So Luster, that's it right there. Yep. All right, number 10, tag some Black booktubers. Okay, so basically I'm just gonna tag everyone that I recommended, and if you're Black and you're a booktuber and you're watching this, I tag you too. So yes, thank you for watching my Black booktuber tag video. If you've made it all the way to the end, I want you to go down to that comment because there's something down there for you. Thank you. Like I said, everything that I said I would link in the description is down there, and I would just want to note that I still haven't stopped putting Black Lives Matter's donation websites and petitions in my description, so please make sure that you check those links out, sign some stuff, donate some places, because change still needs to happen. Like, it's still taking place, people. But thank you for watching. Wow, I haven't looked this adorable since I was 12. Well, I'll see you in the next time. Bye, guys.